we have covered Bill Burr's downfall more than just about any other channel in the independent left media space. I wouldn't say more than any channel on YouTube, because some people live and breathe dog shitting on Bill Burr. And we were as critical of him as anybody about the Riyadh blood money that he accepted. He went and did the Riyadh Comedy Festival in October of last year. He performed in front of the royal family in an effort to basically cleanse the reputation, to sanitize the reputation of the Saudi royal family, who has been guilty of insane free speech suppression, horrible treatment of workers, and of course the brutal assassination of Jamal Khashoggi, who was dismembered, sawed up, and chopped apart, and then taken out of the embassy. I mean, killed in an absolutely brutal fashion. Bill Burr actually went and participated in the Riyadh Comedy Festival that was scheduled over the anniversary of that brutal butchering, and it was not an accident, right? That was one of the worst pieces of PR. It was a horrible thing to do, but it was also one of the worst pieces of PR for Saudi Arabia since like 9/11. Okay, yeah, they were also the assholes behind 9/11, but we don't have time to get into all of that. Bill Burr has been getting shit rained down on him by his audience. Gavin, I checked his most recent YouTube upload, still getting ratioed by the downvotes, more downvotes than upvotes. We are 8.5 months past that Riyadh Comedy Festival. The comment section still calling him old Billy sellout, just breaking his fucking balls. But we give credit where credit is due. And even a broken clock like Bill Burr is right twice a day. He's absolutely cooking in this clip that comes out of his stand-up special. Do you want to take a look at it and give the audience your thoughts?
Yeah, and you're sure we're not going to get copyright from this or anything?
We should be good to go for this one because it's a club thing and not from any like affiliated specials. And it's also less than a minute long. So I think we should be in the clear.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried about it. Let's take a look at that. And yeah, Bill Burr, that's hilarious that he's still getting roasted in his comment section for the Riyadh stuff. We took a look at one podcast he posted that got a slightly warmer response. It seemed like people were starting to move on. Yeah. It was like in studio or some shit. So I thought he might be moving on. He's obviously in the upcoming Aaron Sorkin film, The Social Reckoning, which does not look as good as The Social Network from back in the day, directed by David Fincher. But I am still I'm interested in that movie. And I do think Bill Burr has the potential to be a really strong actor, not just comedian, but I do think he has chops as an actor. I've said it before, but I actually really enjoyed his Netflix show, F is for Family. He did voice acting, obviously, in that. It was an animated show, more like kind of an adult cartoon kind of thing. Really good show. He did a great job in that. So I do think he has talent, obviously, which is why the Riyadh thing was so disappointing in the first place, to see him sort of squander his potential, not just as a creative, but as someone who often does comment on politics and society. So that was a real bummer, but let's take a look at this.
Yeah, this is a good example of what Bill Burr can do when he decides to be on the right side of history, in my opinion. But yeah, let's take a listen and hope the YouTube gods are on our side.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do that, but it's still socially acceptable to shoot a missile in the general direction of somebody you're upset with.
Or to bone saw them to death.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there was like kids over there. This is my favorite response. Well, they're using kids as human shields. It's like, well, you got to work around that. Jesus Christ, if I'm mad at my neighbor and I want to beat the shit out of him, but he's holding a baby, right? I wouldn't come in and try to punch him through the baby. Yeah, you go in, you throw a hook, you sweep the legs. You do it on the lawn so the baby bounces off the grass, all right? There's fucking rules to this shit.
So a little bit of a mixed bag there. He's clearly trying to come after Israel. Did it land for you?
I think it would have landed a lot better if he not gone to Riyadh. Because again, as I'm mentioning, you can make the same jokes about Saudi Arabia. Like, oh, it's the modern era and you can still fucking bone saw journalists to death and enslave people to build you fucking shitty casinos and hotels. Sorry if my Bill Burr impression isn't very good.
I think you're getting there. I think it's right on. I can't hear the difference. Bill, you're right here. That's so crazy. Wow, you grew your hair out. That's wonderful.
Special appearance for my birthday. He dropped by the studio. But yeah, I mean, again, it's not bad, but You know, and as it says, even some people in the Twitter comments are pointing it out. Didn't this dude cuck and perform in Saudi Arabia? It's like, yeah, he did. And again, as I've said before, if he was just going on a world tour as a comedian and booked a venue in Saudi Arabia, I don't really give a fuck. You know, it wouldn't be great, but it's not like, you know, I think you have to boycott every country that's doing bad things or that their government is doing bad things. Exactly. You know, obviously, you know, lots of people perform in America. So it's not just that he went to Saudi Arabia to perform for his Saudi fans. It's that he did it in a state-sanctioned like propaganda event. It was almost like their version of the Freedom 250 thing, right? Remember all those artists dropped out.
Except for Flo Rida and Vanilla Ice. Dude, Flo Rida was actually just in Kansas City. He was doing the FIFA Fan Fest for the World Cup. And I was like, man, I used to take
any gig you can get.
I know. I was like, I used to be able to get down with some Flo Rida, but now that I know that you're a huge MAGA simp, Shorty just doesn't get low like she used to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wonder I don't know why this makes me think of that. I guess it's just from a similar era of music, but who did that one song, the Who Let the Dogs Out?
I have no idea who that is.
It was like,
I think it's a one-hit
Baha
wonder.
Men or something.
Yeah.
I think it's that. But either
Baha
way,
Men is right. I don't know any of their other music.
Trump needs to call up Baha Men and do an epic reunion performance of Who Let the Dogs Out? Who? That was like all the rage when we were in like elementary school. They used to like play it when we'd run around in the gym, and
which is so fucked up. It's so fucked up. Back in the day, people in the suburbs had absolutely no concept of what was happening with hip hop music. You know, it was the same thing. It was like Lil Jon. You'd have like an auditorium full of fifth graders, and they'd be like, "Till all skeet, 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 skeet." And you're like, what are you having these children sing? Because obviously, Who Let the Dogs Out? That's about ugly women in the club, right? But you get a fucking whole auditorium.
Supposedly, yeah.
That's what it's about. What else is it supposed to be about? Like,
you need to pull up the lyrics.
Yeah, literally the whole thing. Well, the party was nice. The party was pumping. Hey yo, and everybody was having a ball. Hey. Then the girls respond to the call. Hey. Who let the dogs out? Who? So the girls come to the party and all the fellas are yelling, "Who let the dogs out?"
It says, "I heard a woman shout out, 'Who let the dogs out?'" So I don't know. I think you're just projecting your misogyny into this wonderful work of art.
Say a doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone. hey, whoa.
And by the way, I'm not dissing the Baha Men at all. I thought that song was lit. You know, I don't have any issue with it. It's a real throwback to that era. I'm just saying it sounds like something that Trump would trot out. You know, he loves these like old like, you know, the YMCA song or fucking Flo Rida.
No, it does have that vibe. The YMCA song in particular, and that one is one of Trump's absolute favorites.
Yeah. Either way, sorry for that random pivot into talking about Who Let the Dogs Out, but I literally still get that shit stuck in my head sometimes because it was just, I feel like it was always on at that, like in the early 2000s, you know, like we would have these, you know, like in PE class when everyone's running around, or we did this shit in elementary school called the Lapathon, where everyone would run around this field for some reason.
Yeah.
And that was just like the song.
Dude, and people are telling me that the dogs are actually horny men. So this is actually a woke song. The horny men are the bad dogs, and that was that, as Gavin pointed out, a woman does shout. That's interesting.
Yeah, all the women were just like enjoying themselves in the club, and then all these fucking, you know, horny ass guys come in there and they're like, "God damn it, who let the fucking dogs out? We're just trying to enjoy a girls' night out at the club.
Damn,
some feminine energy." All of a sudden, here come these goddamn dogs.
Yeah, apparently it is. Despite its reputation, Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baha Men is actually a feminist-themed social commentary criticizing catcalling and misogynistic men. Wow. I'm sorry, everybody. Zach exposed. I was one of those suburban people that did not know what I was singing along to. I was actually endorsing a power anthem as a youngin'. But you're right. No, it does make a little bit more sense now.
That's hilarious. No, I mean, I didn't even realize it was that, you know, feminist or whatever. And I have seen the meme about how it's about ugly women at the club. I know what you're referencing, that people have said that. But either way, yeah, shout out to the Baha Men. We need to get them on the podcast.
Baha Men, where you at? We want to be Baha Men too.
We got to get them all on the show at once. How many are there in the group?
It looks like 3 of them. That's not too many. They could make it 5.
Yeah,
Gavin and I could become Baha Men.
What a fucking crazy time. Either way, Yeah, and that's the end of the show, guys. Thanks for.
The Baha Men. Yeah, from Island Boys to Baha Men. We're Silly and Billy, and that's a wrap.